Hey, and welcome to the Mashcast episode 28. And I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but you can go ahead and delete your Facebook account. It's okay. You'll learn to live without it. I'm Kenny, joined as always by Charlie. Charlie, how are you today?
I am still thinking of an answer, so I'm trying to stall, but it's not
Oh,
working.
all right.
So I'll just say I'm good.
Yeah, I'm a bit muggy. You know, it's warm and muggy outside, which is nice. Normally, I hate this kind of weather, but after, finally learning what negative Fahrenheit feels like, I'll take it.
It's true. It's very true.
I thought it was weird, just a little bit of non-video game talk for a second. When we had that bad freeze here in North Texas, and after you feel what like 0 degrees feels like, then it doesn't feel that bad going outside in shorts when it's 28 degrees because you're like, oh, this is kind of nice. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know about
No,
that.
all right. Well, you've got a game here, Charlie, that you wanted to show for us. You just go ahead and take it away. What is this game?
hmm hmm
Looking at it right now,
So,
it looks like Undertale.
I mean, I wanted to avoid saying that because yes, but yes.
Yeah.
um, this is, I guess, inspired in part by Undertale, but it's really doing its own thing.
Okay. Cool.
Uh, I guess the comparison would be it's aesthetically like Undertale. We'll get into it in a sec
Okay.
here.
Sure.
You'll see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
Let's.
that's not really its main gimmick, and it's kind of flipping that concept a bit.
Okay.
But it is an RPG in a sense, like Undertale, with a similar aesthetic.
Gotcha.
I mainly just wanted to show this off to you because I think you'll have some interesting commentary on the main character. Not
Okay.
necessarily that I think you'll enjoy this.
Uh
I don't know if this is your type of game. What did you think of Undertale? I guess would
huh.
be a good question
I
to start.
liked Undertale a lot. It just got to a point where it was too difficult for me. And at that point, I didn't know about the thing where there's some shop or something where you can like purchase, you can pay money to make the game easier or something like that. I don't know exactly what the scenario was. So I stopped playing it. But from what I played, I really, really loved. It was just, it became too difficult for me.
Okay. Do you know the hook, the,
To
like
Undertale?
the twist?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You're not supposed to
Okay.
kill any of the monsters. Spoiler alert.
Well, I
Y-
wouldn't say I'm supposed to.
Well,
That's
yeah,
your decision
yeah.
to make.
I mean,
But
yeah. That's the thing. It plays on that trope of like, you're so used to. It's like when you play a Mario game. You don't have to be told to hold forward,
mm,
right? It's
mm,
when you play an RPG, you don't have to be told to kill the monster in front of you because you're so used to doing that, and so then the game kind of like plays on that.
mm. Well, I'm just going to get started here with a new game and show off a little bit of the beginning
Okay,
because it won't really make sense to go anywhere else.
sure.
Um, I've already beaten it, and there's a new game plus supposedly with I don't know how many. I think I've heard of like 4 or 5 different endings, but
What are these numbers I'm looking at? Don't tell me you've put almost 600 hours into this game.
it's minutes.
Okay. Okay, good.
It's minutes. Don't I don't even think that wouldn't even be close to possible. It only came out a week ago. But the other thing was it says hard is the default. I don't really like it when games do that. It doesn't make sense. Like
Yeah.
why would the intended experience be not normal? It just seems like you're not balancing your game very well. But
Yeah.
uh, I,
Well,
I
they
don't know.
they probably don't want to scare people off, I guess. I mean,
And I
especially.
have
Go ahead.
I have no idea what these harder ones are, but I like. But I did hard for my playthrough, and that was
Okay.
already way too much.
Well.
So
Okay. So I would play it easy.
uh, or story mode.
Oh wow. Okay.
But we'll start out with hard for this.
Nice. All right. Where's the game? Where'd it go?
Exactly.
Okay, here we go.
Exactly.
Here's some game. All right. I'm still getting Undertale
So yeah,
vibes.
we showed that message in the menu at the beginning, but if you have any sensitivity to anything like this,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let
teasers
me.
or whatever, I would not watch. It's that kind of game.
Yeah,
There's a lot of trippy stuff going on.
yeah. Let me change the title. Good catch, Charlie. Put that in the title on Twitch.
It's not like constantly doing that, but will definitely come up.
Yeah. What's that
What do
line
you think?
from? Yeah. I mean, I'm all about what. What's that line from Dilbert 2? It's like reject humanity and embrace the bloodshed or something like that. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
What happens if you hit no? Oh, okay.
If you, see, as a smart gamer, that is the first thing I did, and the game ends.
Okay, nice. Isn't there another game that did something like that?
Paper Mario does a bunch of that. Like you'll have those choices and just get a game over.
I wish Pokemon did that. Like, bro, I don't care about Team Rocket. Like,
I just want a Pokemon game where you can join Team Rocket. Are you kidding me?
yeah, there's no way Game Freak would ever let you do that.
Well, so yeah, we're casting aside our humanity here.
All right, what we got? This is a
So,
crime scene.
in a sense,
Hey, wait a second.
yeah. So the reason I wanted you to see this game was because this main character is reminiscent of someone.
Uh,
Not that guy.
yeah, not that guy.
Not that guy. He's a side character.
All right.
Very important though, because he just stole our arm.
Okay, so it's Gino.
Well,
Wow.
you think?
Wow.
What do you think?
I think, wow. All right. I mean, okay. First of all, Super Mario RPG is one of my favorite games of all time. So already I'm into this. When I was looking up the art to post for this, I saw like a quick thing, and I'm like, I saw something that looked like Gino. I don't know what that's about, and I
Mhm.
went on to the next image. But wow, yeah, that is
So yes, this
wow.
this is Red, or Red Mage.
Yeah.
He's a puppet, and he lost his arm,
Okay.
and we're uh, in a magical land of things that are happening in an RPG. So
Okay.
that's what it's doing.
So far, so good, right? I like it.
Mhm.
Just kind of drops you into it.
Yeah.
Is there supposed to be there's no music right now?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
that'll change soon.
Okay. Already, it's expecting you to have an Xbox controller. Is there a way to change that, Charlie?
So I'm using PlayStation 5. It
Right.
works just
Dual
fine,
sense.
but I've tried PlayStation 4, DS4 pad as well, and that works. I just think they didn't bother updating the icons.
Gotcha. Now, what was it that made you want to play this game? How did you find out about it? Walk us through your
Well,
history with
you're
it.
about to find out why
Okay.
I was interested in it. Because this is an RPG, but the main fight mechanic
Mega Man
is
EXE.
not quite. It's like Guitar Hero, but you're
Okay.
jumping over the notes. And you have a health bar. So 3 hits, and you got to start the fight over.
Okay.
The difficulty slider comes in with how quickly your HP regenerates after getting hit. Basically,
Okay.
as far as I know, is the main change.
Is there There's still no music?
Can you not hear it?
No, I can't. Let me go on my end.
I
I
mean, I
have.
could raise it up as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Let's raise that up a little bit. Oops. There we go. That's much better.
Okay. So all you can really do for now is just slide across the grid and jump. There's also a side jump
Mm.
to either side. Now, there's a bunch of different note patterns going on, but that's not really important right now.
So, I understand why you like this game, but how'd you find out about it?
So I haven't actually said that I like this game yet.
Oh, oops. Okay.
To be honest, I'm still undecided, kind of.
But you beat it. You put 10
Yes,
hours into this game.
yes.
Why would you play something for 10 hours that you don't like?
I didn't say I didn't like it either.
Oh my gosh. How do you not form an opinion after by that deep in?
Because it's a mixed opinion.
Well, okay, so why do you have a mixed opinion on it? Walk us through
Because
your pros and cons.
ultimately, this gameplay does change up, but it's not what I was expecting it to be.
Okay.
So the problem with those beats is normally in a Guitar Hero game where you're having a tab section like that, the audio is playing at the line that you are on,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But this is it's not a rhythm game, even though it looks like one. Because the audio plays as soon as those notes appear.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really just moving around a space and dodging that. It's not really rhythmic at all. And it does change up, but the difficulty gets to be a bit too much at times, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know. I liked what's going on around it, but I don't know if I really cared for the gameplay ultimately.
Okay.
So he was basically our tutorial, and just like Undertale, there's a bunch of colorful characters that will show up between now and the end of the game. Even the save points have a bunch of
A bunch of what?
character to
Oh,
them,
character.
I
Okay.
guess I'll say. I don't know how much I want to get into why that is the case, but without spoiling everything, but that's what happens. It's basically what's the point of the game right now is following the guy and trying to get our arm back.
Yeah. As one does.
Mhm.
Is it keep staying in like this kind of everything's black look?
No, there's definitely sections in between the more dense areas that are like that. I,
Mm-hmm.
I think that was just a budget thing, to be
Right.
honest.
Yeah.
But no, it's not permanently like
Now,
that.
where can people find this game if they want to play it?
It's on Steam.
It's on Steam.
Uh,
Okay.
it's also on Switch.
So, what I was asking earlier, Charlie, and what I want to understand is how did this game get on your radar to the point that you spent money on it?
Because I saw it on a live stream,
Okay.
which it doesn't take much for me to be interested in a game, to be honest.
Okay.
Especially when I was already in a rhythm mood
Yeah.
from a couple weeks ago. Um, and yeah, I was looking for a light, interesting RPG. This seemed Undertale-ish in a sense, which I really enjoyed Undertale. I beat that several times, and I haven't really found anything else like it. It's kind of what held me back from ever playing Earthbound because I feel like I would just be disappointed in what that game had to offer at this point. So I've just been looking for something else to fill that since
How much do you
I
know about? How much do you know about Earthbound, like story-wise?
Not really too
Okay.
much, but so I'm not like saying I would think it's bad now, but I feel like I would not get the same sense from playing that game a decade or more ago.
I think Earthbound is a really special game. I've tried to get into like Mother 3, and that game does not interest me at all. I think there's a certain magic to Mother 2, Earthbound in particular, that really jives with me. But so we got to get some money here. We got to pay off the
Yeah,
bouncer.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Automated terror machine. So we gotta.
So this actually turned me off in the beginning because this is like the most Undertale it ever is, I feel like. Just with this really unnecessarily random character. Like they
3D
don't really
model
do
too.
anything like this specifically again,
Mm-hmm.
but it's fine.
This is cool. I like this. How much is this on Steam?
$10.
$10. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll put it like on my. I probably want it on Switch, but hey, Charlie. Speaking of games you've played on Switch, I just bought Baba Is You, and I'm gonna start playing that with Ashley tonight.
I still haven't beaten that game. I'm
Yeah.
too done for it.
Yeah. So maybe in a few weeks, maybe we'll have a Baba Is You cast, and we'll talk about that.
I feel like that's a game that you need a collaborative effort on, unless you're just really good at that type of thought.
Well, I mean, you could play that game. Like, I'll play with Ashley. You could play it with Billy over Discord or something. I feel like it lends
Maybe.
itself to that kind of. I mean, you'll have a slight delay, and that'll be kind of a problem. But yeah, see, as I'm watching you play, I'm not really. The fact that it's not really to the beat doesn't really seem to be bothering me as much.
No, I mean, I've read up and it seems like that was intentional to make it easier on people who don't have as much of a sense of rhythm,
Yeah.
supposedly. Um, it's annoying for me in the beginning because that's kind of what I was hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Nice cheapo.
Oh, it didn't show up on my
Um,
end.
yeah, it's fine. I got no hits, apparently.
Nice.
This game has a lot of achievements. There's a lot of really unnecessarily tied to difficulty,
Mm-hmm.
I think, because they
I
they
hate stuff
really
like that.
seem to like this mechanic. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm not sure how I feel on this game because I don't really care for what they're going for too much. It's fine. Like I like the music.
Mm-hmm.
There's some interesting things I do with it, but just ultimately it was kind of like, okay, I'll do this. More so just because I want to see the story.
So, do you feel like the story paid off then? Was it the journey worth it for that?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Okay. Is
Because
it
I mean, like I said, there's a bunch of different endings. I only got one.
okay?
Uh, some of them lead into themselves. So
So maybe you just need to play more. You need to
yeah,
put in another 10 hours. Charlie, it gets good after 20 hours. And then you'll figure it out.
there's definitely some good stuff for sure.
There's a dog barking outside, and I have a dog in my lap.
All right.
All right, so we got some guys jiving over here on the dance floor. They're just vibing. This game is extremely Undertale. Like, the style of it.
Yes, that's the biggest problem this game's gonna have is because surface level, yeah, it's just hey, this looks like Undertale, but with Guitar Hero
Yeah.
gameplay,
And with Gino from Super
and it's
Mario
not
RPG.
really. Yeah, But yeah, there's a lot of cool characters here. Nosferatu is one of my favorite.
It's a good name.
Comes back several times.
Hey, COVID, man. Put a mask on.
It's okay. Remember, we've already cast aside our humanity.
Oh, right. Okay.
We don't got to worry about this.
Yeah, if you're not
But,
human, you can't
but
get
it is
COVID.
kind of gross.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
So you're trying to get past that guy on the right who's got the martini?
Well, let's find out.
Okay. Oh, man. No regard for, people walking barefoot.
It's a lot of schmucks.
Man, this is like... Do you remember when Breath of the Wild came out? And then from that point on, everyone kind of was like, every game going forward is going to be like Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen a lot of that. This is like when Undertale was like, this is following a thread of everything trying to be like Undertale now. Which is fine. It's cool. There's probably not enough out there with that kind of feel to it anyways. This is cool. I like this.
We're definitely going to be seeing an influx of those. There's another game I kickstarted that is in a similar vein to that as well that should be coming out this year.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, you look at Mario, right? The original Super Mario Bros., right? From that spawned Sonic and Crash and all sorts of different games. So it's not bad for games to take inspiration from something. It's just, it's funny because there's not a whole, there's a lot like Undertale, but it's not permeated so far that it's become normal. It's still like when you see something that looks like Undertale, you're like kind of taken aback a little bit by it.
I feel like Undertale was big enough on its own and had enough subculture that it doesn't necessarily need to have more games like it.
Yeah.
But you're not wrong.
And then, I mean, if we really want to boil Undertale down, Undertale is like Earthbound. So.
Yes. So the question would be: is this the start of an Earthbound-like or an Undertale-like?
I would say Undertale because Undertale has its own distinctive twist on Earthbound. Whereas Earthbound was kind of like cute on the outside, very dark story going on, like beneath the surface. Undertale just kind of put its own twist on that.
Isn't that? I can't believe I just said there. Isn't that basically Earthbound as well, though? I mean,
yeah.
I don't really know,
but Undertale is a kind of its own twist, I think, stylistically as well, which I think is most of where this game draws it from. If this game had like if this game didn't look like this, I wouldn't say it was like, I wouldn't get Undertale vibes. It's definitely the aesthetic to it.
Mm.
But it's not exact, Undertale had a lot of quieter moments, and it's a while into that game before like the big kind of pop off music like this would come into play. And even off the top of my head,
and I mean this.
Go ahead.
This is a game that's focused much more on its gameplay.
Yeah.
It does it still has the same character set and wider story. I'd say it's more focused on the world in general than Undertale was, but
so yeah, let me ask you, in Undertale, the gameplay kind of serves the story. Do you feel that way about this game? Or is it very much...
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
I guess I would say that. Not as much as you would hope, though.
Okay. Well,
like I said, there's stuff that changes about the gameplay later on that does in service to the story. I feel like it takes too long to get there,
Yeah.
which is another reason why I kind of got tired of the gameplay, because the first half of the game, it doesn't really change much from this. You're just learning different patterns
Oh, okay.
and how to move across the board.
So yeah, I would warn you then about Earthbound that in that game's case, the gameplay serving the story really doesn't come in until the very end. So just so you know. But I think you would like Earthbound, especially if they would just put it on the Super Nintendo Online service.
Yeah. I mean, I have the SNES Classic, so I could play it whenever I want. I
Yeah,
just I felt like I'd be disappointed by it.
you want that game on Switch. I want that game on Switch because I have started Earthbound so many times. I mean, even my original Super Nintendo copy that I do have back here, that Chris bought me for $5 from Best Buy when I was in like second or third grade or something because it was on clearance, which is like insane to think about. But I have never actually beaten Earthbound. I've seen Chris beat it, so I'm familiar with the events of that game, but I have personally never actually beaten it in 25 years or whatever. So, but I've started it over
That
so many
surprises me.
times. Well, but the thing is, I've started it over so many times, and there are kind of slower parts to that game that I just kind of fall out on and I stop playing, which is why I'm hesitant to start that game again until I have it on Switch.
Fair enough. I'd say
Because,
this game is pretty consistently paced with giving you these fights. There is a little downtime in the middle where you're doing less of that, because it does have, like Undertale, some other puzzles and different gameplay going on
yeah.
at times.
I like to think about why haven't they put Earthbound on the Super Nintendo online service yet. Sorry to keep talking about Earthbound, but they also haven't put Mother 1 on there yet either. And they released that on Wii U. So I wonder if they're going to, and those are all first party titles, right? So there's not really anything in the way of Nintendo. There's not anything like, in the case of Super Mario RPG, right? You have to deal with Square in licensing that game out because they
Yeah,
developed it. But there's nothing that should be stopping Nintendo from doing Earthbound. So I wonder
and there
if
might be
they're
something with the creator of the series having some issue. I don't know.
maybe, but I it was on the
Wasn't
Super NES Classic, right? So it's pretty recent that we have had a release of that game. So I
wasn't
wonder,
the reason for, like, doesn't Earthbound have like copyright material also? Isn't that a thing?
not that I am familiar with.
Or like references to copyright material or something that would be in question? I thought I remember
Uh,
something like that.
no, I'm not familiar. If you made it this far in the video, if you happen to be watching in chat and you might know right now, then let us know. But I'm not familiar with anything like that. But if I were a betting man, Charlie, I would say that we're getting a Mother 1, 2, 3 collection on Switch that will be a paid product.
I mean, my thought would be they only pulled that out. They pulled out Earthbound 1 for the Wii U because they needed the money. So they might
Yeah.
not do that again
Yeah.
until they're in the negative again. But
Yeah, but I don't think Earthbound 1 sold extremely well on the Wii U. I mean, I'm sure it did well, right, for probably what they were expecting, but I, I don't think they were looking at Earthbound 1 as a lifesaver. Nobody was going to buy a
so
Wii U for that game.
that's true. Never forget.
Never forget.
So we just got a VIP ticket. I want to go a little bit further here
Okay.
to get a sense of where this game can go.
You know, whenever I see VIP now, I've played so much Hitman that I can't help but think about like having to knock people out and stealing their VIP cards so I can get into a certain area. I actually haven't played much Hitman lately. I think I'm waiting to get Hitman 3 and then I'll continue my progress after that point.
Do they still? I know Hitman does like that weekly event, or not, maybe not weekly, but every so often. Do they still do that for the older games, or is it just?
It's just for the newer stuff. So that's probably like my biggest complaint with Hitman is that even though it's been so long since Hitman 1, right? They have never put those elusive contracts back out. There's no way to access that content at all. And so that's probably my biggest complaint with Hitman. Are you just doing this at random to try to figure this out, or
No.
where was the
So
clue?
you had to listen to the notes down here.
Um,
The first time I did it, I was so bad at it that a little message actually appeared here that gave me the answer to the first three. Um,
nice.
so yeah, but there's other little stuff like that.
I guess it's not really good if someone's deaf and trying to play this game.
I
That's a
mean,
accessibility
it's not
problem.
it's not a rhythm game, but
Yeah.
it is very music focused. Um, yeah, that is a good point because they have a colorblind mode and some accessibility settings, but yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that
Yeah.
part because that's probably the only part where you would need to be able to hear to get past it.
I mean, I guess with enough trial and error, you'd eventually get it, but or you just like
Yeah.
look up a guide or something. But
Well, like I said, they gave you a hint for the first three, so you can
yeah,
brute force it after that. This is the main bad guy.
right. Ganon,
Bad guy.
gluttonous Ganon. Oh, I didn't tell you, Charlie. I 100%ed Age of Calamity. Or did I
All
tell
right.
you? I don't remember.
Uh, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, but ready
Dude,
for that DLC.
the animations are so Geno from Super Mario RPG, man. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
So we got tossed down into an incinerator.
Oh, this is dope. So this is cool. This is kind of like a change up on the gameplay. I mean, your core
Mhm.
concept is still there. I like that. I
Yeah,
like the
like I
flames
said,
coming
there's a
in.
couple things like this that change it up throughout.
Yeah. This is cool.
Yeah, I'm not like my feelings aside. I still think this game's very interesting
Yeah.
and worth checking out. So, in the spirit of getting along here, I think you can beat that, but it's not really intended to be beaten your first time.
Yeah. So that was like a preview of the final boss battle or something?
Or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got what's going on here? I feel like I'm watching a science video in biology class
You know,
about you know, origin
probably.
of life, birds and the bees and whatnot. You gotta have your parents have to sign a note saying you're allowed to go. Do other states do that, Charlie? Did you have to have your parents sign something like that? Do you remember doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was
Ridiculous.
doing that, I was in a private school. So, yeah, they made you do that anyway.
So stupid. That you have to get permission to learn sex ed. Dude, Texas. You kidding me? So you got the frog guy again. But now he's like throwing
Shoot.
crucifixes at you, and
I might have to lower the difficulty.
dang, all right. It's good that you can change it at any time.
Yeah. Just because I'm not paying attention enough to do this well
Yeah.
and talk.
Man. I hope Toby Fox got some royalties from this. Just kidding. What? Is that the kid from Undertale? Is that about humanity being rejected right there? Oh, that's you! You're missing an arm.
Who knows?
Dude, where's the game theory video on this? I'll call out MapHat. This is really cool.
It is.
But
Just from a gameplay perspective, it's like illustrating my problem of, for the most part, you can just sort of camp out in one or two lanes
mm-hmm.
and not really worry about what's going on. But so
All right. That's
I'll do
Everhood.
one more.
Okay.
One more thing.
One more thing. All right. Why is this game called Everhood? Does it ever give a reason for it? I mean, Earthbound doesn't really, and Undertale doesn't really, if I'm describing that well enough.
It's thematic.
Yeah, okay.
You'll figure it out by the end.
Right, all right. We're fighting some dwarves.
So I just wanted to do this one because this will show how weird some of these fights can get.
Do the different symbols that are showing up on these things mean anything?
They do. But like I said, they don't really matter for about half the game.
Okay.
Which is kind of my frustration, but it should have introduced them a bit sooner. But that's fine.
This is like where there's a lot of like I feel like a lot of Earthbound influence in the background. Whoa. Oh man, Discord is
the
I don't
know how well the 3 will pick it, but yeah.
Wow. Yeah, if I know what it looks like on my end, I can't imagine what the rendered video is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, Charlie, to my eyes, you're moving around the thing more than just one or two spots.
I mean, that's kind of because I'm purposely doing that.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh.
But my point was, it doesn't really force you to do to not cheese it, which is fine. It's just it can lend itself to be kind of boring.
Yeah, this game is going to be huge, I feel.
It has the potential.
Yeah. What's your the main character's name?
Red.
Oh, that's right, Red.
Most people are just referred to by
ooh.
their color.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
Seasickness warning.
I told you.
I would definitely die at that part for sure. How did we get from the gnome all the way to this stuff? Whoa.
Exactly.
Whoa. I can't even imagine having the kind of mind that could come up with this stuff. Did you ever like find yourself like throwing up playing this?
Oh, I got a pretty good stomach.
Okay. Yeah, I would think so too, but this is... I guess you play a lot of VR, so... Oof.
Yeah, this is nothing for me, but I could definitely see it being a problem for some people.
Yeah. I do think I'm going to get whatever the next VR thing from Sony is. I do think I'm going to get it for the PS5. Because I'm sure it'll be a much better experience than what PSVR currently is.
So, but who knows?
Yeah. I just want to play Hitman 3 in VR. Whoa.
What are
Yeah.
we doing here?
Viewer. Yeah, viewer. If you made it this far in the video, what do you think you're doing? Wait, so did you die during that? I wasn't... Or did you actually make it at the end? Or is it supposed
It's a secret.
to be? It's a secret to everybody. Yeah, let's hear it. Let's get twisted, man. Okay. I don't know. I've lost some stuff before, though. And I'm watching Lost right now on TV.
Is Lost really something, though?
Yeah. So far, at
Is it,
least.
though?
So far, again, I'm 7 episodes in. No spoilers, please. I do know a few spoilers, right? Just because it's really impossible not to absorb some things from that game through, cultural osmosis. But well, Charlie, do you want to go
Yeah,
and
so,
end it there?
yeah, I think we'll
For
end
this
it
game?
there.
Okay.
That's enough of a taste of what's going on.
Yeah, I gotta say, watching this game versus some of the stuff we looked at. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's follow up real quick about the Friday Night Funkin', Charlie.
Okay.
I was doing my Saturday night YouTube adventure through Siva Gunner, as I do.
He's had a lot of Friday Night Funkin'. Yeah.
There's a ton on there, Charlie, and it's not even presented as a joke. So are they like partnered with them and like developing stuff for that game, or what am I?
No, there's a big subculture around that game already.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, and the stuff that they put together is really good. And so I wondered if it was because it's not just like a song that turns into the Flintstones. It's like legitimate stuff, and I'm like, why are these real levels for Friday Night Funkin'? Anyways, I
mean, you can that's what the mods are. You can do that, yes.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, of all the games that you've shown so far, this triage of games, this one is definitely. I mean, it's partly just because of Red Gino, but
Okay.
this game looks awesome. $10, Steam, Switch eShop.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool. Any parting thoughts, Charlie?
Uh, the mind is blank.
All right, sure. And the mind is blank, nothing is lost,
Yeah.
and this show is over. Goodbye.